Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are taking another look into Cerrado Gold Corp, which trades under the ticker CERT on the TSXV. And join with me, CEO Mark Brennan. Welcome, sir.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, live the dream, like I mentioned there, brother. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. So today I want to kind of encapsulate how you guys have been getting into these mines, because you have two major mines, one in Brazil, one in Argentina, with a 2021 total resource of 2.2 million ounces of gold. First, what got you there? What led you down into the southern hemisphere?
Well, I have some experience there. I was actually born in Colombia, and I lived in Brazil for a little while, and so I'm comfortable with the jurisdiction. And the reality is that pure circumstance. The reality is that areas in South America have less exploration than you find in North America and others, and so it was just an area where I could go and find really good deposits.
And are you finding that these countries are mining friendly jurisdictions for you guys?
For the most part, they tend to move in and out of their political kind of spheres, but for the most part, the jurisdictions of Brazil certainly is very mining friendly. With Argentina quite mining friendly, Peru not so much these days, but the jurisdictions we're in today that are certainly very healthy for mining.
Nice. So if you don't mind kind of just expanding, because I know you guys have been doing a lot there and your stock price has actually been doing pretty well based off of it. But what's the growth potentials here? What kind of resources are you guys mining and finding? If you can just touch base on your inferred minerals and things of that nature with these two projects.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, in Brazil, we were introduced to the project by two very good friends of ours that we've known for 35 years. And basically, they are the discoverers of the Volta Grande deposit, which today is the largest undeveloped deposit in Brazil with about 7.5 million ounces. And they brought us this Monte do Carmo project, and their hypothesis theory was that we had north of 5 million ounces. We went and did our due diligence. We kind of concur with that. And we actually had a third party, a fairly significant Canadian Brazilian mining company that also thought the possibility of north of 5 million ounces was there. We decided not to proceed on a joint venture there because we made the acquisition of Argentina. And the acquisition of Argentina meant that we could bring in some cash flow that could help us fund both Argentina and Brazil. And so at that time, with regard to the both projects in Brazil, it's a discovery asset. And so right now we have a total global resource of 1.3 million ounces. And again, we think over the medium to long term, we can expand that to north of 5 million ounces. And we think that there's some good guys behind us who've looked at it, who believe the same thing. And then the second thing with Argentina, we have just under 1 million ounces on a global basis. And the reality there is that those assets are both discovery assets. We have barely scratched the surface of today of what we have compared to what's available. When we acquired Argentina, really we saw a scenario of 8 to 9 years, 50,000 ounce production, $1,000 all-in cost at $1,800 gold generates 30 to 35 million. Thank you very much. But subsequent to our acquisition, and we've gone in there, we see a lot of upside from exploration. And so I would say to you that on both assets, they're in very good jurisdictions, very friendly, very mining supportive, and mineralogically, we're at the very, very early stages.
Okay, so just to kind of re-explain this, so Argentina is kind of like the cash flow you're getting from some of these mines already, with further exploration still going on, and then Brazil is kind of going to be like that cherry on top of the cake, where you guys are just getting into some of those drilling programs.
We are, but we're gonna many companies, what they tend to do is they once they start getting into production, they kind of forget about exploration. We have no intention of doing that. Our intention is to drive two parallel paths. And then basically what will happen is, so likewise with Brazil, our objective is, as we put out our PA last week, shows extremely robust economics. And, for the first 5 years of production, we're producing 150,000 ounces a year at an average all-in cost of $431. Now that would make this asset the lowest cost producer of gold. According to Standard & Poor's, the quick database, we would be the lowest cost producer of gold in the world.
Oh, wow.
So you know what? We're big explorers. We're big on bigger projects, but our number one focus is cash flow and cash generation.
No, that's great to hear. So just coming up into the last quarter here, is there anything that's exciting you right now with one of these particular projects that you could give us a little insight
Well, you
on?
know, the Argentina has shown, as we put out a press release last week on our second quarter results, come out with robust, really, really strong. We've turned that operation around. It's doing really great. So you know, that project, we announced that we expect to generate 4 to 4.5 thousand ounces a month. That generates $2 million to $2.5 million a month of free cash. So that's a really nice thing. Brazil, you know, we're just about to go into our feasibility. That's very exciting because we'll be in construction, you know, a little more than a year from now. So that's very, very appealing.
Well, exciting times, Mark. I appreciate giving us some insights on the your two properties here. So maybe what we'll do is next time we'll dive down more into the balance sheet and talk about some of the capital intensity. But thanks so much.
Really appreciate your time, and thank you very much for your time.
All right. Until next time, stay cool, stay awesome, and we'll catch you all then. Cheers.
Thank you.